Chapter 2, Twinkle versus Ricardo, his serious fight ever. So Izzy was heading back to Rigetti when she got a transmission from Gorge. Izzy said, "Is Shaman bugging you again?" Gorge said, "He won't stop until we get his Rigetti jet back from Twinkle." Master Shaman said, "Oh, my Rigetti jet. How I miss you so." Rico said, "You really need to get a hold of Sasquash soon." They didn't realize that Maya was overhearing the conversation, and Maya had that look in her eyes. Maya said, "So, the Rigetti cadet is in space. Does she know something about the situation with Sasquatch? This is too good to be true." So Maya headed to Ricardo's fighter jet and went after Izzy. So Izzy was trying to get a hold of Sasquatch, but she couldn't get through. Izzy said, "I wonder where he is." But that's when Izzy felt a blast on her left side of her Rigetti jet. Izzy said, "What in the..." Maya said, "So, you did help the Rigetti, and you're gonna pay for that, fool." Izzy said, "Save it, Maya. I'm not your type." Maya said, "Ew, yuck. I like boys." Izzy said, "Maya, you don't have to lie to kick it." Maya said, "You're gonna pay for that insult." Izzy said, "You know you want to kiss me." Maya said, "With what? Those big, luscious lips? I'd rather gag before making out with the cadet of the Rigetti scum." Izzy said, "Come on, even Muku has a pay-per-view seat to this event." That's when Maya realized she got a transmission from Ricardo, and he wasn't too pleased with Maya. Ricardo said, "So, did you fill it up before you went out?" Maya said, "Come to think about it." Ricardo said, "Think about it? Think about it? You dimwit! You should have known better." Izzy said, "It looks like Grandpa is angry with you." That's when Maya used her powers on Izzy. Izzy said, "What are you doing to me?" Maya said, "You're getting a kiss, all right. The very big kiss of death." Ricardo said, "Enough! All you can do is waste gas when I don't have Rigetti gold to burn through." Izzy said, "Wait, is that what you're after? I gotta get a hold of Sasquatch." Maya said, "That won't be necessary, Rigetti. You see, I'm gonna take your Rigetti jet and bring you to Ricardo." Izzy said, "Over my dead body." Maya said, "That can be arranged." So Maya used her Rigetti powers to put Izzy in a chokehold that weakened Izzy. Ricardo said, "Enough!" She got the picture. Maya said, "Accept your defeat, Rigetti." Ricardo said, "Well done, Maya. You managed to capture a Rigetti for once." Maya said, "Looks like the Rigetti girl is resting." Ricardo said, "About time, too. Now if Wilfred can capture Twinkle, then it would be a done deal." Maya said, "What about Sasquatch? I mean the pet lion." Ricardo said, "You leave that to Wilfred. He'll have his gang take out their intruder." Maya said, "Very well." Izzy said, "You'll never get away with this, Maya. Sasquatch will come for me." Maya said, "In his pretty pink princess panties?" Izzy said, "How did you know that?" Maya said, "Aha! So it is true. That creep." Izzy said, "That creep was dared by Anne to do so." That's when Maya slapped Izzy in the face. Izzy said, "You monster. How can you work for a coward like Ricardo? You could have had it all, but you had to ruin it for yourself." Maya said, "Zip it, Rigetti girl. We got plans for your Rigetti friends." That's when Izzy started to pass out. Maya said, "Computer on Ricardo's fighter jet. Hook on to the Rigetti's Rigetti jet so we can head back to Ricardo's." Back on that very planet, Sasquatch wondered where Twinkle was. That's when he got a transmission from Gorge. Sasquatch said, "What is it, Gorge?" "Let me guess. Shaman has now sent out Rigetti cadets to hunt down and get Twinkle." Gorge said, "No, but you're not going to believe the news report from Rigetti News Channel 5. Sasquatch said, "Are you serious?" Rico said, "Isn't kidding here, buddy." Abigail said, "This is Abigail Quite with your news report. It seems like a Rigetti cadet has fallen prey to Ricardo's plan." Sasquatch said, "What? Is he serious?" Gorge said, "It could be anyone. By the way, Izzy tried to contact you and basically you didn't answer." Sasquatch said, "Crap, you're right. I wonder if she is okay." Gorge said, "I wonder if something happened to her." Back on Ricardo's airship, Maya returns with Izzy and has her locked into a cell. Maya said, maybe next time you won't have feelings for a pet lion with what in the heck was he thinking wearing panties. The mysterious warrior showed up. Izzy said, hey you. The mysterious warrior wondered if she was pointing to them. Izzy said, yes you. I want to know why you're on this ship working for the scumbag Ricardo and why they would do such a thing. Ricardo said, take this and go destroy the Rigetti on Pearin. Izzy said, so that's the planet's name? Ricardo said, I guess Maya didn't weaken you enough. That's when Ricardo used his Rigetti powers to put Izzy in a chokehold. Maya said, what are you doing? Rigetti, what did you say to Ricardo? Izzy said, I can't breathe. Maya said, Master Ricardo, stop. She's had enough. Ricardo said, if I ever hear you say that to me again, I'll make it the day you regret giving the Rigetti mercy. Izzy said, she is far from giving me mercy. Why don't you? Maya said, zip it, Rigetti. So Maya uses her Rigetti powers again to put Izzy in a chokehold, and Ricardo gets on her for letting her frustration get the best of her. Ricardo said, you have to control those feelings you have for these girls in your life. Maya said, I don't like girls. Izzy said, just admit you like both and get it off your chest. So Ricardo takes a staff and hits the steel bars, which makes him shake a bunch. Ricardo said, that wasn't a good idea. Maya said, you did that on purpose, Rigetti. Izzy said, he did it to himself. Ricardo said, enough, Maya, to your room, and you can stay in there and deal with the consequences since your Rigetti friend did you in. What was his name? I don't know. Sasquash? Izzy said, you're just a sad, pathetic individual. Maya said, let me at her. Ricardo said, Maya, your room, now. Rigetti, you've been warned. Izzy said, Sasquatch, where are you? Back on the planet, Sasquatch tries to get in contact with Izzy, but it seems like she's not answering. Sasquatch said, where could she be? That's when Sasquatch starts to get a transmission. Sasquatch said, that must be her. So then Sasquatch checked the transmission, and it was from Maya. Sasquatch said, what in the world does she want? Maya, what do you want? Maya said, hey, salutations, Rigetti. What's the agenda for today? Sasquatch said, Maya, you have the nerve to be calling me up. Maya said, calm down. Is it true you're wearing pretty pink princess panties? Izzy said, Sasquatch, is that you? Sasquatch said, damn, Maya. How did you know that? Did someone tell you that? Izzy. That's when Izzy realized she was inside an airship. Maya said, relax. I can keep a secret about your pretty pink princess panties. Sasquatch said, aha, someone did tell you. Who was it? Maya said, inquiring minds want to know. Izzy said, Sasquatch, help. Sasquatch said, Izzy. Maya said, you see your Rigetti friend here? She's been captured by me. And if you knew better, you would stop searching for your Rigetti friend and rescue the cadet. Izzy said, don't worry about me. Go save Twinkle. I'll be fine. Sasquatch said, where is she? Where are you keeping Izzy at? Answer the question. Maya said, ooh, I don't have to tell you anything. Izzy said, help Twinkle. Make sure he's safe. If they're after him, I'm concerned. Maya said, shush it, Rigetti. Sasquatch said, I ain't got time for these games here. Maya said, because you're enjoying that Rigetti girl's panties? That is creepy. Ricardo said, Maya, who are you talking to? Is there some telemarketer talking to you again? Maya said, I gotta go. Izzy said, Sasquatch, don't worry about me. Help Twinkle out. Maya said, hope Wilfred destroys your Rigetti friend's brother before you get to him. Bye for now. So Maya hangs up on Sasquatch, and he wonders what Maya meant by that. Sasquatch said, I gotta head out. Twinkle, here I come. Izzy, I will save you too. Just hold on. So Sasquatch headed back out in the scorching sun. Sasquatch said, here we go again. But Sasquatch knew he had to press on. But that's when Sasquatch realized he had to basically do something about this situation. Sasquatch said, here goes nothing. Rigetti jet, flight mode. So of course the Rigetti jet arrived. Sasquatch said, awesome timing. So Sasquatch got into the Rigetti jet. Sasquatch said, let's do this. Computer, put on the AC stat. Computer said, really? You want to watch a show at a time like this? Be responsible. Sasquatch said, no, you silly computer. Shows are for simps. Computer said, just kidding. And who are you calling a simp when your lady friend sent a message about her pretty pink princess panties? Now that we have that out of the way, air conditioning ready. Sasquatch felt the air condition blow through his beautiful mane. Sasquatch said, excellent, this works. So Sasquatch got the Rigetti jet ready and flew over the desert, but then he saw the town from far away and he was excited to be nearby. Sasquatch said, we're almost there, but then the Rigetti jet's fuel gauge was almost entirely on empty. Sasquatch said, are you serious? Why didn't I check the fuel gauge before I left Rigetti? Oh, there's a forest. I'll land over there. So Sasquatch landed near a nearby forest and landed there for the time being. Sasquatch said, it looks like I'm heading to town by foot. Rigetti jet, I'll be back for you later. Back on Ricardo's airship, Ricardo alerted Delilah and her gang about a suspicious Rigetti being on the planet. Ricardo said, so there is a suspicious Rigetti on Pearin, roaming around making trouble for Wilfred and his gang. Will you help us eradicate the Rigetti? Delilah said, we're very humbled to help you eradicate the Rigetti, Ricardo. We're at your service. Ricardo said, Maya, you do. If she mentions what the Rigetti is wearing, can you please report it to me? Maya said, it's not my fault if the Rigetti is wearing pretty pink princess panties. That's when Delilah and her gang started to laugh. Delilah said, hold the phone. So this cute Rigetti with pretty pink princess panties bothers you? That's when Ricardo used his Rigetti powers to put her in a chokehold, but Deborah used her Rigetti powers to counter his. Maya said, who do you think you are? Delilah said, someone who has a reliable gang of females. Ricardo said, yeah, a bunch of female dogs. Maya said, ooh, how cute. Delilah said, it won't be cute if Ricardo destroys you. Maya gulped on that one. Ricardo said, I like you. Delilah said, I'm glad you do. Ricardo said, I wasn't giving you a compliment, fool. Delilah said, well, I figured that from a fail of a Rigetti warrior. Deborah said, who do you want us to take out? I mean, we have that transport of gold to deliver to you as well. Ricardo said, a transport of gold? That's so brilliant! If you wasn't a bunch of dimwits! Delilah said, the plan should be foolproof. We should be able to pull it off. Ricardo said, now you listen to me. Before you can execute this plan, you need to take out the Rigetti at all costs. And I ain't got time for this foolishness. Delilah said, but it ain't foolishness. Maya said, but it ain't foolishness. Ricardo said, Maya, knock it off. Delilah said, you can depend on us. Maya said, you can depend on us. Just do your job, Tyrion. That's when Maya hanged it up. Delilah said, excellent, we have a transport of gold and a medal in Rigetti, trying to foil Wilfred in his plan of capturing Twinkle. Deborah said, I will do it. I'll look out for the Rigetti, in case he appears at our area. Delilah said, you better, for our sakes. So Sasquatch got out of the Rigetti jet and headed to town. Back on Ricardo's airship, he paid a visit to his Rigetti prisoner. Ricardo said, rise and shine, sweetheart. Izzy said, I dreamt I was on Ricardo's airship and Maya was near me. Maya said, and Maya made you kiss her on these cheeks. Izzy said, holy cow. Ricardo said, now why does Sasquatch want with the Rigetti? Izzy said, I will never tell you. Ricardo said, okay, then starve then, you ignorant Rigetti. So Maya used her powers, but Izzy managed to block them in time. Maya said, what is going on? That's when Ricardo used his Rigetti powers and had Izzy on the ground in a chokehold. Izzy said, I'll tell you, I'll tell you. That's when the mysterious warrior appeared and started to listen on their conversation. Izzy said, Sasquatch is trying to prevent someone from capturing Twinkle and the fact that Twinkle stole his Rigetti jet. That's when the mysterious warrior realized that the Rigetti was their friend. Ricardo said, thanks, Rigetti. I'll make sure you get some fine dining on my airship. Maya said, you're going to give her food? This is madness. Ricardo said, what she doesn't know is I'll be putting something in there to turn her against the Rigetti warriors and serve me. Maya said, brilliant. Then when we capture the Rigetti, we'll make our move to destroy him and make his brother Russian suffer as he did to me. The mysterious warrior knew he had to head out, but he wanted to help his friend out. Izzy said, who are you, and what do you want? That's when the mysterious warrior blasted the lock to the door, and it opened. Izzy looked at him. Izzy said, what do you want with me? So the mysterious warrior took off his helmet to reveal himself as Twinkle. Izzy said, Twinkle, what are you doing here? Twinkle said, shh, be quiet, or he'll find out. Listen, I'm sorry for making Shaman worried about me, but I knew that I didn't belong. Izzy said, that's a lie, and you know it. Holy cow, someone's coming back. That's when Twinkle put his helmet back on. Ricardo said, what are you doing here? So Twinkle went for the blast, but Maya threw the staff to block the blast. Ricardo said, close enough. Maya said, sorry. So Twinkle and Ricardo battle while Twinkle has the bounty hunter's suit on. Ricardo said, I'll have the pleasure of what Wilfred couldn't do for me. Twinkle said, what is that, Frederick? Ricardo said, stop calling me that! So Twinkle and Ricardo resumed their battle, and basically they were equally matched. Ricardo said, give it up! You look like a fool with that armor on. And you think Twinkle is your knight in shining armor? Twinkle said, you'll be dead before you get rid of me that easy. That's when Ricardo did a back kick to Twinkle's knee, dropping him to the ground. But Twinkle got the upper hand by doing the same thing, but putting the blaster to Ricardo's head. Ricardo said, big deal. The most powerful Rigetti's brother you will always be. Twinkle didn't like this at all. Ricardo said, you're second best to him, and you know it. That's when Twinkle took his blaster and put it away, only for Ricardo to kick Twinkle off him. Twinkle said, holy cow, you're skilled. Ricardo said, and you're a big blabbermouth. Twinkle said, says the failed Rigetti warrior who failed miserably with Stryker. Ricardo said, thanks to your brother for that. Second best. Back on that planet, on his way to town, Sasquatch encountered some outlaws and decided to confront them. But he knew he had to have a plan on how to defeat them without them seeing him. So he basically decided to climb a tree, and Sasquatch knew he had to wait there for their move and get them when the time was right. Delilah said, oh, here it comes. As soon as we get the transport with all the gold in it, we will be rich. Rich as far as the eye can see. So Delilah and her gang decided to wait there until the transport of gold got nearby and be able to stop it on sight. Delilah said, Deborah, are you ready? Deborah said, yes, Delilah. Deborah was Delilah's right-hand woman on this mission, and there was Diana, the brains of the operation. Diana said, I can't wait to steal this gold from whoever made it big. Delilah said, I heard some Rigetti warrior basically invested in this gold and his shares in the company. So Deborah looked in her binoculars and saw the gold transport and was excited. Deborah said, here it comes. Gold, you're coming to Mama. I mean, all of us. Delilah said, that's better. Sasquatch waited for his move, and it seemed like he was waiting there in the tree forever. All of a sudden, one of Delilah's gang members senses something. Deborah said, I think I'm sensing a presence in this area, and he is nearby us. Diana said, what do you mean? Explain. So Deborah looked up in the tree and noticed a tail wagging, and looked on the other side and saw Sasquatch hiding behind it. Deborah said, Rigetti, up in the tree. Sasquatch said, what in the world? Delilah said, get him. Back on Ricardo's ship, Ricardo and Twinkle continued to duel. Maya said, come here, Rigetti girl. Twinkle said, back off of her. That's when Ricardo went in with a roundhouse kick, but Twinkle managed to block it. Izzy said, what is the point of this? You're both insane for making this plan. Ricardo said, not as crazy as Delilah and her gang robbing a transport full of gold. Twinkle said, are you kidding me? That transport is the property of the Rigetti warriors. Izzy said, Sasquatch will make sure they don't get far. Maya said, what is he gonna do? Izzy said, show his pretty pink princess panties. Don't you have something else to say? Twinkle said, he's wearing what? Izzy said, do I look like I made this up? Back on the planet Sasquatch is on, he realizes that he got himself in a tricky situation. Sasquatch said, let's talk about this. Deborah said, talking is for the weak. Back at Ricardo's airship, Ricardo got a transmission from Delilah. Ricardo said, what is it? Do you see I'm in a battle with a Rigetti? Delilah said, the transport. It went by us, but we're pursuing it now. Ricardo said, what about the Rigetti? And it doesn't look like you're pursuing it. Delilah said, Deborah is taking care of it. Ricardo said, you better be right. Diana said, What about the transport of gold? It's getting away. That's when Delilah and Diana were pissed with Sasquatch. Delilah said, you know what to do. Deborah said, I'm on this. So Sasquatch knew he had no other choice but to fight. Back on the airship, Twinkle and Ricardo were duking it out with no end in sight. Twinkle said, why don't you give it up? Maya said, not with your Rigetti friend being attacked. One of Ricardo's soldiers was listening to their conversation when Twinkle chimed in. Twinkle said, what do you mean by that? Ricardo said, why don't you ask Deborah? She's attacking him up in a tree. Argo said, what? A Rigetti like me? Twinkle said, that doofus. That's when on their way out, Ricardo's soldiers smacked into one of the shelves and knocked a bunch of stuff down. Ricardo said, who's there? Twinkle said, they don't have to answer to you. Ricardo said, back off, Rigetti, or else. Twinkle said, or else what? That's when Ricardo attacked Twinkle. Argo said, this is where I leave. Twinkle said, what? Who are you? But as Ricardo ran towards Twinkle, he got thrown to the ground again with a blaster to his head. Twinkle said, any last words, traitor? Maya said, yes, your Rigetti friend is dying, and that soldier is dead when we see them. Ricardo said, don't you get it? Deborah is a very skilled fighter, and she will do nothing but destroy him. Twinkle said, not if I destroy you first, traitor. So Maya grabbed Izzy and put a dagger to her throat. And Twinkle said, stop! Maya said, let him go, or I'll destroy your Rigetti friend here. Twinkle said, and with the dagger? Izzy said, don't do it! Save yourself! Save Sasquatch! You're his only hope in protecting the universe. Maya said, silence! That's when Maya knocked Izzy into the wall and knocked her unconscious. Twinkle said, Izzy! Argo said, we have to go. Maya said, not so fast, traitor. Argo said, the only traitor is you, Maya. Twinkle said, how do you know her name? So Argo lifted her helmet up, and Twinkle was shocked. Argo said, hi, my name is Argo Splash, but you can call me Argo. Maya said, so, Ricardo, one of your soldiers was a girl? Well, Argo, you and the Rigetti's twin brother will meet their fates. Argo said, what is she talking about? Is this true? Ricardo said, yeah, Twinkle. Tell her how you're the twin brother of the legendary Rigetti warrior Rutchet. Argo said, wait, is he serious? Maya said, you have two options. Let go of Ricardo, or the Rigetti girl dies. Take your pick. That's when Twinkle had to think fast for the sake of his friend. That's when Twinkle wondered what to do until Argo stepped in. Argo said, not if we have the one that teaches you. Ricardo said, you want to bet? So then Ricardo gets out of Twinkle's hold and throws him at a nearby wall, but Argo manages to save him in time. Ricardo said, you're going to pay for that. So Twinkle threw Ricardo on top of Maya and they ran for it. Twinkle and Argo put their helmets on and started their jetpacks up and headed to the planet of Pearin. I know what you're thinking. Really? Why is it Pearin one minute and the planet Sasquatch is on the other minute? Well, Sasquatch doesn't know that, but he has to find out soon enough. Ricardo and Maya get up off the floor after that big battle, and Maya was furious. Maya said, why I oughta? Ricardo said, let them go. Besides, one of them is Wilfred's problem now. Twinkle said, let us board the Rigetti jet. Argo said, wait, why does it say property of Shaman? Twinkle said, I'll explain later. Get in. Argo said, you don't have to tell me twice. So they took off in the Rigetti jet. Maya said, I hope Wilfred can capture the Rigetti soon, so I can torture him and make him pay for his ignorance. Ricardo said, in due time, Maya. In due time. Maya said, at least we still have the Rigetti cadet for the three Rigettis to rescue and fail miserably. So back on Pearin, or the planet Sasquatch is on, Sasquatch and Deborah fought on top of the tree while Delilah and Diana chased after the transport. Sasquatch said, you look amazing. Deborah said, what did you say? Amazing? I'm gorgeous. Sasquatch said, you must love feeling yourself. Deborah said, excuse me? Sasquatch said, didn't mean it that way. So both Sasquatch and Deborah continue to fight on top of the tree, while Delilah and Diana pursue the transport. Delilah said, don't let the transport get away. That's when Diana saw a fork in the road. Diana said, I'm going to cut them off at the pass. Sasquatch said, you and your crew are pathetic. Deborah said, I would watch it, Ricchetti, if I were you. Sasquatch said, what are you going to do? Bore me with your long lecture about why I look like today's supper? Deborah said, that doesn't sound bad at all. Sasquatch said, what? So that's when Deborah took Sasquatch and knocked him into the side of the tree. That's when Twinkle and Argo arrive on Pearin to see Sasquatch hanging off the side of the tree. Twinkle said, oh no, Sasquatch, take the wheel, Argo. I'm going after him. Meanwhile, Sasquatch tried to get up on the tree, but he lost his footing and he fell. That's when Sasquatch was hanging on for dear life. That's when Twinkle appeared and confronted Deborah while Sasquatch was hanging on to the tree. Deborah said, it looks like your Ricchetti friend is going to fall to his death. Twinkle said, get away from my friend, scumbag. Deborah said, who are you calling a scumbag? And that's when, of all places, that Twinkle and Deborah would battle on top of the tree. Argo said, what is he doing? Twinkle said, Argo, I got this. Deborah said, oh no he doesn't. But Argo knew Sasquatch was hanging for dear life. So Sasquatch started to freak. Sasquatch said, help! Ricchetti hanging on for dear life. Twinkle said, I can see that. Argo said, Twinkle! Deborah said, you better help him out. Sasquatch said, mysterious warrior, help me. Twinkle said, hold on, buddy. Deborah said, I wouldn't promise him if I were you. Argo said, Twinkle, he needs your help now. That's when Deborah pinned Twinkle to the side of the tree with a dagger to his throat, with Twinkle trying to get Deborah off him. Argo said, oh no, Twinkle, hold on. Twinkle said, where do you get off on being such a douchebag? Don't you and your cronies have a transport to steal? Oh wait, that would be Delilah and Diana. Never mind. Argo said, Twinkle, you ignoramus. And like that, Deborah stumped on Sasquatch's hand and he started to fall. Argo said, Twinkle, your friend! That's when Twinkle threw Deborah off him. Deborah said, you douchebag. That's when she fell into the bushes below and survived the fall. So Twinkle jumped off and grabbed Sasquatch before starting his jetpack. Argo said, oh, thank goodness. Sasquatch was amazed when he knew he was saved. That's when Twinkle landed with Sasquatch safely. Sasquatch said, what was that for? Why did you save me? Twinkle said, in due time. Argo said, really? In due time? That's the best you can come up with? That is when Twinkle decided to chase after Delilah and Diana. Argo said, what in the world is he doing? I'm going with him. Be thankful we were here, Ricchetti. Sasquatch said, that voice, it can't be. Deborah said, dude, they should have took you with them. Now you're mine, Ricchetti. And with those pretty pink princess panties on? Sasquatch said, they're not mine. They're... Deborah starts to laugh at him. Sasquatch said, damn it. So Sasquatch and Deborah duke it out. Argo said, hey, you left your friend hanging. What was that about? Answer me, Twinkle. Deborah said, it looks like these friends of yours is heading towards my friends, so they're going to be in a world of pain when my friends are done with them. Sasquatch said, don't count on it, fool. So Sasquatch and Deborah duke it out on the ground. At least he wasn't in the tree acting like a monkey. What? It's a joke. Don't be so sensitive. Anyways, so Sasquatch and Deborah were battling it out when Twinkle and Argo in disguise arrived near Diana and Delilah. Diana said, hey, Delilah, I think we got company. Delilah said, what? Are you serious? 2 of them? Diana said, yeah, and they're flying over this. That's when Twinkle and Argo knew they had to do something about these two, and soon. End of chapter. If you enjoyed this video, do yourself a favor and click the like button. Leave a comment below the screen. Please subscribe to this channel as Ricchetti Warriors is here to stay. Please click the notification bell for new content coming to this channel. And please support the cause at patreon.com/Ricchetti Warriors by Wretched Films. It'd be worth the cause. And like always, we'll see you later with Chapter 3 of Sasquatch Pearin. Peace!